Welcome up to the Hoops. We're here at Schaumburg. I'm here with Jeff McCammon, the matchup master. Week 3, we're going to break down the matchup of the week. We got your pick, Flight X versus Free Ballin'. Flight X just coming off a win tonight, 2-0. Free Ballin', they still got to go again, but why did you pick this to be the matchup of the week?
First off, Mark Holmes, he's really confident right now. He's just had a great game tonight. He's been having a great game. I think he played Sunday and had a great game in another league, and he has a lot of confidence right now. So I like the fact that he's matched up with another guy who's around his height, around his athleticism. John on Flight X, or on Free Ballin' is a very athletic guard. He can play on the wing. So with Mark and John being small forward type players, I feel like they're going to be a really good matchup.
Okay. How do you think the personality of Flight X is going to affect this game?
Well, I think if Mark doesn't get started, early on, he won't shoot as much. His confidence will be a little diminished, and it'll make other guys have to step up. I think then T will have to step up, and if T's not mentally,
T-Roots.
Yeah. If he's not ready, mentally, I think that can really affect the game, because sometimes he can take himself out of the game, So I think Flight X, has to keep their mental composure as well, to win the game. They got technical tonight while they're up 12. It's not a good move, so that can definitely hurt the effect.
So looking inside that key matchup between Mark Holmes and John Shadipo, what does each player bring to the table that's different from one another?
Well, John is, a tweener. He's like 6'6". He can run the point, but at the same time, he's a forward. So that's really hard for guys to match up out here. He has, professional athleticism at the end of the day. So a lot of guys can't guard him above the rim. Whereas Mark is 6'6" and solid. He's not easy to guard when he's attacking the rim, but he's such a good shooter, you have to respect that. So guys are closing out hard, and it allows them to get penetration. So really, they're both such a matchup disaster for guys, because they can do so many things that are versatile, and that's why it's such a great matchup. I think they're two of the most versatile guys in the whole league.
In your opinion, which of those two is a tougher guard for you?
Honestly, for me, I would say Mark is a tougher guard, because if he's feeling his shot, a jump shooter can really fill it up. If they're feeling it, you can't stop a jump shooter. You have to play help D. If he's getting open, he's going to hit shots. And then when you start respecting that, he can really get to the basket. So I'd say for me, Mark, because he's a better shooter. He has a better all-around game, perimeter, outside, and in, going to the basket.
From a team perspective, which team do you think has the upper hand, and why? Personnel standpoint, team standpoint, who wins it?
Well, honestly, I still think Flight X is going to take the game. I think a lot will depend so much on Mark and T, though, because at the end of the day, Dan Judd is a good matchup for T. He is strong, and he's a big guy. So T's not going to be able to muscle his way to the basket. And if he gets early frustration from not being able to muscle himself to the basket, he might take himself out of the game early. So I still think Flight X is the better team, but I still think a lot will depend on the behavior of Flight X. If they can stay together, keep their composure, eliminate the technicals. So also, Free Ballin' has Dennis Tamara. I think he might be an X factor. I think he might be the guy. I think he might be the guy at the end of the day who guys are going to, not pay attention to. They're going to want to sag off him, and I think he's going to, affect the game, because he can really dribble the ball and he can really shoot the ball at the end of the day. So I feel like he might be an X factor who can, help them sneak the win if they do beat Flight X.
So Flight X is your pick?
Flight X is my pick.
All right, Jeff McCammon, matchup of the week, Flight X taking down Free Ballin'.